Hello, everyone. Hey, this is Kyle from the InCom support team. I think we have a few people. I think we're ready to go. How's everyone doing today? That's great. Hey, awesome. So, again, Kyle, I work in the support team for InCom, and I wanted to do today more of an introductory kind of basic webinar. I want to show you basically how to get off and running and off the ground with your InCom website. There's a lot you can do with your InCom website, a lot. But what I like to start with are kind of like the three basic areas and three basic concepts. Once you know these three areas, you can't do everything with your website, but you can do almost everything with your website. So let's get started. It's kind of a shorter webinar, but it's jam-packed. There's a lot of good stuff in here. So you can see my screen now. I think this is my test website. This is what I use. If you have any questions about your website, how it works, if there's any kind of troubleshooting, I usually do it with this website right here. It's a live website. If you see anything weird, it's just because I've been doing some testing this morning. But this is more or less going to be what your website looks like. So first thing, you need to log in. Any changes to your website, have to log in. So of course, you scroll down to the very bottom. And if you're logged in, it might be a little bit different from theme to theme, but it's either going to be like this. It'll say log in or back to dashboard. If you're already logged in, might be a button, might be a little link here, but basically the same. I'm already logged in. So to log in, you click on the back to dashboard button. Maybe you have some new visitors. Hey, everyone. Also, by the way, the Wi-Fi in this room is pretty bad. So if it's a little slow, it's just because the Wi-Fi is not good. But this is your dashboard. I don't want to get into the lead part of it too much. Don't want to go into too much off topic. But the first thing I want to show you is how to update your agent information. So to update your agent information, click on, you're going to see your name and your picture in the top right hand corner. You click on that, and then you go to Profile Manager. And so in the profile manager, basically anything to do with you as the agent, your name, your job title, your cell phone number, if you have an MLS ID number, agent picture, you name it, it's going to be in this section. So the idea is if you update it in this one spot, there's probably going to be a dozen different places on your website where this is going to show up. So you update it once here, it'll update everywhere automatically. So it's really easy. And it's usually pretty straightforward. Let's say I want to change my last name to Betsington. Why not? I'm at Betsington now. You just type in Betsington there, click save. Again, Wi-Fi is a little slow. But once I do that, it'll be updated everywhere on my website. So now I'm Kyle Betsington. Same idea if you want to update your job title, your cell phone number, the About Me section, pretty much anything to do with you as the agent. Click on that, click on your name, your picture, go to Profile Manager, update it here. The About Me section also, it's right here. So basically it's the same idea as before. You'll update it here once, and anywhere on your website where there is the About Me section, this is where it pulls from. Languages, years of experience, you name it, really, really easy to update. Along the same kind of idea, if you want to update, let's say your email, so the admin email, your login information, click on your name and go to Account Manager. And this is where you can see your username. So if you want to change your username, usually the production team will set you up with a username. You don't like it, change it, really easy. You can change your email, reset your password, all that stuff. Any questions about that section? Pretty straightforward, I think. Perfect. Well, we'll have a little bit of time at the end for Q&A. My MLS does not show. Give us a call on the support line. It could be a couple things, depending on where you are. It could be an agreement issue. It could be maybe you don't have the right MLS number on file. Who knows? So give us a call. Send us an email. We'll figure that out. Actually, maybe I'll just make a little note. But if you're new, I'd likely guess it might just be an MLS issue, maybe an agreement. something like that. But we'll get to the bottom of it. We'll figure that out. So that is the About Me section. Again, if you want to update anything, click on your name, Profile Manager. That's where you will find it. The next part I want to show you is how to update your theme and your website colors. So a theme is kind of like an overall look of your website. So if you want to change your theme, it's super easy. Like it's really, really easy. So anything to do with your appearance is, of course, going to be under the appearance section. So there's a couple different options. I might go into them all, but if you want to change the theme, you go to appearance, you go to manage themes. So these are all the themes on your website. Again, pretty straightforward. They all look different. You just find one you like. And let's say I want to go with, I feel like Villa today. So you find Villa and you have two options. You can preview it or you can apply it. If you want to change it, you just press apply. That's it. It's that easy. Once you press apply, you have to wait for the Wi-Fi to catch up. And if I go back to my website, it's now a different theme, completely different look. And these are all of the widgets I have set up. That easy. If I want to go back to my dashboard, again, I scroll to the bottom, press the little back to dashboard button. And if I want to change the colors, I go to appearance and you go to change colors. And with the colors, you have a few options built in and ready to go. Let's say I want to do gold. All I do is select gold here, press save. Now I have a gold theme. Completely different look. It's super easy to do. Let's go back to the dashboard now. And I'll show you a little bit of a tip. So I was actually talking to someone from Remax the other day, and they wanted to have like the red and blue kind of color scheme for Remax. So here's what I suggested. So I took them to appearance, again, change colors. And Remax has that red or blue. So I decided, let's go with red. Let's change it to Remax red. Gonna press save. And then you can go to custom. So from there, it's gonna pull from whatever the standard red colors are, it's gonna show right here. And let's say, what's Remax red? What's that hex value? I'm gonna look it up online. Let's see if that's correct. It's E11B2. So let's say I want to change all these red colors to kind of the standard Remax red color. Just copy it in there. So what I'm doing, this is called a hex color. So there's different ways to tell your computer what different color that you want to show. A hex color is just a value, usually letters and numbers. It looks just like this, and it represents a specific color. If you do want to, let's say, take a specific color and make it darker, you just click on it, and it comes up with this little window here. So if you know the actual hex color, maybe your marketing team will say, hey, these are our brand colors. Use these specific colors. They'll usually have these numbers on file for you. You can just ask them. But if you want to just make it yourself, kind of figure it out, you can, let's say we want to make this blue. What's Remax 005A4? That's close enough. Let's go with that one. You can just enter in that color and you press save. Might want to preview it as well. There's a lot of options on here, so give yourself maybe about 20 minutes, figure out what all these colors are. But if you want to preview it, this is what the colors will look like. Pretty straightforward. Any questions about colors, anything like that at all? I think I've gone into some tech jargon with the hex colors. But if you have any questions, let me know. Give me a call, send us an email, and go over that. But that's how the colors work. Pretty straightforward. Any questions about that at all? Cool, great. Any questions? Again, we'll deal with those at the end of the session. If anyone has any questions, one more spot. I don't want to go into the slideshow too much. It's pretty straightforward, but I don't want to get into the weeds too much on kind of an introductory webinar. But if you go to appearance and advanced theming. Advanced theming sounds advanced. It's really not. Usually, this is where you're going to upload your website logo and your agent photo. The agent photo is the front page banner picture. So typically, I don't know if this one actually has, so it's right here. So if I update the front page banner picture, it's going to be this photo right here. Um, and what I get sometimes, people phone in and say, "Hey, I'm logging. I've seen my website, and it's giving me this message. How do I fix that?" Don't worry about it. That's just a message for you if you're logged in. On some spots in your website, you're going to have a little message saying, "Hey, by the way, remember to do this." That's just this one instance here. It's just reminding you to go to advanced theming and update your pictures on your dashboard. Same idea with that. That's your company logo. You can do that in advanced theming as well. So that is kind of the two things down already. It was pretty quick. Any questions about colors, themes? You know what? We have a bit of time. Let's go into the last thing here too. We'll talk about the slideshow. So the slideshow, it's a pretty cool feature. The slideshow is basically this image right here, or these images right here. So um, your your themes are automatically going to have some wallpapers or slideshows, images in the background there that just automatically show up. And if you want to change them, it's really, really easy. So go to the dashboard, wait for the Wi-Fi, go to Appearance and Manage Slideshow. So these are all the images that are going to show up at the top, typically at the top in the background of your websites. Still loading, perfect. And there's going to be some kind of built in all ready to go. But let's say, you know what, I decide this is like the first one that shows up. Let's say I hate this photo. It's an awful photo. If I want to hide it, it's really easy. Click on hide, wait for the Wi-Fi to load, and that's it. Now when I go back, that photo no longer shows up. So if you, let's say you just want one photo, basically you hide all the photos but one photo. It's going to rotate with only one photo. There's only one photo, so it doesn't rotate, just the one photo. If you want to add the photo, it's also, or add a photo of your own, it's really easy. Again, go to Appearance, go to Manage Slideshow. Give it a second to load up here. And you can upload a photo. You can click on Create New Slide. Makes sense. And you have a couple options here. So you can upload one from the standard gallery. So if you delete a photo by accident, don't worry, it'll be on here. You can select from My Gallery. So if there's other photos you might have uploaded somewhere else on your website, it might show up here too, or you can upload new. So to upload new, it's pretty straightforward. You click on Upload New, select the file you want to upload, you press Save, it's going to create it. Not terribly exciting, but I'll give you a bit of a tip because this is where people run into problems. So with most of the pictures on the website, they're pretty flexible. But with this slideshow, it's a little sensitive to size and ratio. So on each of the themes, each theme is going to have its own suggested size for the photo. And it's important to get as close as you can to it. So if you look right here, when you go to create new slide, it says the theme for this slideshow image should be 2160 pixels by 1400 pixels. So it doesn't have to be that exact size. I think what's most important is the ratio. You get the ratio like a 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2, whatever it is. They're typically kind of wider images. But as long as you get pretty close to that size, it'll look pretty good. What I see sometimes is these images are kind of wider photos. If you put in kind of a square photo, the system's going to stretch it out and it'll look little pixelated and weird. So as long as you get it pretty close to that value, it'll look pretty good. But I'll give you an example here. Let's upload one from the standard gallery. Let's find one that's 2160 by 1400. This one, beautiful. Let's go with Calgary. Why not Calgary? You select Calgary here, click on Create New Slide, and just like that, should be quicker for you, just the Wi-Fi is really slow for me. You'll eventually see it. Yeah, there's Calgary. Perfect. Yeah. So that is the slideshow. The last thing I want to show you are the widgets. So almost all the content, not everything, but most of your content is going to be with widgets. So people are usually curious, what's a widget? Sounds really technical. It's not. A widget is just it's an element on your website that does something very specific. So to add on a widget, it's really easy. Go to content. Of course, you're adding content. You click on the content tab there. Go to content. Go to widget manager, third one down. And again, if you have any questions, I think once you add a few widgets, you'll get used to it pretty quick. But if you ever get stuck, you need some help, just give us a call. We'll walk you through it. But that will take you to the widget manager. So if you want to edit anything, add anything, delete anything, it's almost always going to be there. Not always, but usually. So when you go into the widget manager, you'll notice it looks like your website, but it's a little bit different. It has these little gray and white checkerboard areas. So generally speaking, where there's a gray and white checkerboard area, that's where you can add stuff. There's one exception, and that's actually at the very, very top. So this gray and white checkerboard area is meant specifically for the Let's Find Your Perfect Home. It's a little search thing. You can't really add too much right there, but if you scroll down, pretty much anywhere else, you can add on widgets. So let's say featured listing. Perfect. You know what? You want to show listings on your website. Of course, that's why you have a website. You want to select this little featured listing widget here, top left-hand corner. To add it on, it's really easy. Just drag and drop. So you click on your mouse, hold on the mouse, drag it over anywhere with the gray and white checkerboard except for the very top, and you let go, and it just shows up. Now, I don't have an MLS hookup because I'm not actually a real estate agent. How do I go to InCom page? I'll show you in a second. So once we added on the featured listing widget, you're going to have two options here. You're going to have this little blue circle, looks like it has a little pencil inside. That's the edit button. If you want to edit it, you can click on the edit button. If you want to delete it, just click on that red X. Real easy. I'll show you again. So featured listing or any of the widgets, you want to add it on, drag and drop. Hold on your mouse, drag it over, let go, it's on there. So by default, if you click on this little edit button, it'll show, you'll have kind of two options. There's property listings. Those would be listings right from MLS. If you have any issues with MLS, give us a call. Could be a couple things. We'll walk you through it. Can you change background color of the widgets? No, you can't. We are working on a pretty big update to the widget system, probably in the next couple months. So that might be an issue down the road. I don't know for sure. But I think that's been something they've been talking about. So we'll see. But yeah, so we have to the dashboard. You know, I'll show Suraj how to go to the dashboard. So Suraj, so once you're on your InCom website, it might look a little bit different for you, but if you have to log in, there'll be a little login button or login link. So you click on login, it'll take you to the login page, and you enter in your login information that the production team has given you, and you log in. If you're already logged in, it's going to show the back to dashboard button. That's how you get to the dashboard. If you have any questions, if you're stuck, just give us a call back. We'll walk you through it. You might have to help you reset your password, but that's pretty easy. But yeah, go to the bottom, log in, that's it. Let's go back to the widget manager. So go to content, go to widget manager again. And if you remember, I just added on this featured listing widget. So we're going to click on that little edit button again. And title, you can change the title really easily. So let's call this amazing listings. Let's give it a real cheesy title. Why not? Call it amazing listings. You have two options here at the top. There's property listings. Those are listings from MLS. Again, if you have any issues with the MLS, give the support team a call. We'll figure it out. Or pre-construction condo listings. So this isn't available everywhere yet. Right now, it's just in Ontario. But we have a database of pre-construction condo projects, which is pretty cool. I think we're the only people that do that, as a matter of fact. And we're working on expanding it pretty soon. But if you want to show off pre-construction condo listings, you can pick that instead. But let's just go with property listings, kind of stuff from MLS. You have a few options. You have office listings, so it'll show listings from your office. You have agent listings, so if you have any listings that are to your name, they'll show those listings. You can do select specific listings by listing number. So Could be a couple reasons why you want to do this, but let's say you want to have a widget that just shows specific listing numbers. Let's say you want to do sold listings, or you want to do like really cool listings in a specific neighborhood. It could be a million reasons. All you do is you type in the listing number. Let's pretend for a second this is actually a listing number. I don't think it is. And let's say if you just want to do one, you just type in one. If you want to do more than one, it's really easy. Put in a comma, put in a space, type in the other listing number. It's that easy. If you want to feature listings by city or cities, it's going to be a little bit different on the American sites, but it's pretty much the same. You select listings by city and you type in the city name. Let's go with Oshawa. So you type in Oshawa. Any proper city name should work, but you type in the city name, and if you want to do in two, same idea. You put a comma in, and let's type in Ajax, another city name. That's it. And same idea, also listing by postal code, should be zip code in the States. So you type in the, I hope that's a postal code. I think it is. Type in the postal code. If you want to do more than one postal code or zip code, same idea. The next section here, again, pretty straightforward. You can just select the type of property. So if you want to do just residential, you can select residential. And if you select residential, there's more options down here. So let's say you just want to do condos. You can select just condos. That easy. You can also change property. Let's say I don't want to do for rent. And then you can choose from single or multiple properties. So if you choose single, it'll show the one property. But if you want to choose multiple, probably horizontal is going to look the best usually. It'll show multiple listings at once. Let's see if, you know what, I might, because I don't have the actual hookup to MLS. I might have to be a little creative here. Let's just type in Ajax and Oshawa. That should probably work. And that's it. You've configured your first widget. That's all there is to it. Most of the widgets are really, really easy to set up. I'll show you how to do, these are not great examples. Don't want to overcomplicate things, but if you want to add on another kind of widget, it's called the city properties widget. What'll happen typically when people first load up their website, you might have, it's going to delete that, city properties. So you might have a few different widgets here right in a row, and you'll notice they might just have the same city name. So the reason why that is that it takes your hometown and uses that as the default for a lot of settings on your website. So if you see this, it says search in Toronto, search in Toronto, search in Toronto. It's okay. It's just how it works. But you can change it super easily. Same idea. Go to the widget manager, click on this little edit button, and all you have to do, type in a city name. That's it. It's really, really easy. Let's go with Whitby. Let's go with, if you want to change the image, you can. Let's get something that's more Whitby-like. That looks nice. Select the image, go to the bottom, press save. And then when people click on search in Whitby, it'll take you to the map for Whitby. It's just that easy. There's a lot more you can do with those widgets. That's more of an advanced thing. Maybe we can cover that in a couple weeks. But that is the city properties widget at a glance. Does anyone have any questions about either the featured listings, the city properties, anything like that at all? Well, if you do, my map search isn't working, give the support line a call. But what we'll probably have to do is help you set up the Google Map API. We can do a screen share with you. It's really easy. Well, it's easy for us to do it. But basically, all you have to do is you have to log into your cloud.google.com account, set up a key. Again, we can help you with that. Maybe it takes 10 or 15 minutes. Just give the support line a call. We'll walk you through it. We make it super easy for you. But yes, that is kind of the two questions I get more often is with the featured uh, the listings and then the city properties. I'll show you one more thing too, because people usually say like, I want to show like my office listings, but I also want to show my sold listings. So you can do that. What you'll have to do is you have to add on a second featured listing. A lot of people have two, sometimes three. So if you want to add on another featured listing, drag and drop, put it right there. Again, click the edit button. Is there a place to change what reads on your URL when you go to the website? Not really. I'll show you one thing. You know what? It's a little more advanced, but I'll show you. Let's change this to sold listings. And again, let's pretend I have the hookup to MLS. I don't, but we leave it on office listings, and I just change it to sold. You know what? Let's type in Toronto here. Why not? I don't even think I have the MLS hooked up, so let's see if this works or not. But if you, yeah, you can pick the criteria you want. Let's pretend that you selected office listings and sold. It'll show office listings there that have been sold. That's a really quick and easy thing to do if you want to show off sold listings, if they're available in your area, of course. That's how you do that. Lynn has a good question, though. Again, this is a little more advanced. I don't think it's terribly difficult, but it's not something I like to usually share in the first little introductory, but it's pretty handy. So if you go to the dashboard, so by the way, if you're in the widget manager, I'll go through this again. I went through that a little quick. But let's say we're in the widget manager and you want to go back to the dashboard. It's really easy. If you want to click done, you can kind of preview it, see what it looks like. And if you want to go back to the widget manager, click on that little widget manager button. And if you want to restore the widgets, let's say you made a mess of your widgets, happens sometimes, you want to get all the default ones back, want to kind of shake the Etch a Sketch, put it back to its default state, you can click on restore widgets. Or if you want to go back to the dashboard, click on dashboard. Now, I'm going to get into, it's an area I don't know a lot about, but I can kind of guide you through it at a basic level. We're starting to talk about SEO or search engine optimization. But if you go to configuration and then homepage SEO, if you know anything about SEO keywords, it'll be in this area. So I don't know a whole lot about SEO besides the basics, but if you want to update your keywords for your SEO, your website description, it'll be in this area right here. But this is kind of what you can do if you want to change how the title of your website. So if you change your website title, that's basically what's going to be in the tab at the top. So if I update this to say InCom is great, I press save or submit, I guess. Give it a second. Again, slow Wi-Fi. Don't know if it's saved. There it is. So if I change my title to InCom is great, you can see top left-hand corner, that's the title of the website now. So if you want to change the title of your website, the information that shows in the tab, you can do it there. Also, there's this image right here, the little black house. That's called a favicon. So if you want to update it, I don't want to go into too much detail right now because it's a little more advanced, but if you want to update that little favicon right there, just send us an email. We'll kind of walk you through it. But that's it. If you want to, what reason you're when you go to the website? I think that's is that what you mean, Lynn? Does that make sense? Yes. Cool. There's other stuff you can do, but again, it's kind of more advanced. I don't want to again go into it too much. Maybe again, we'll do it more advanced webinar in a couple weeks. I want to show you one more thing with the widget manager. So if you go to content and again, go to widget manager, I get a lot of questions on how can I add pictures or text to your website? And that is pretty easy. So one thing I should mention as well, there's for the time being anyway, and I think this will be one of the things that changes in the future. But there's basically two different sizes on your website for widgets. There's like the big long area, and that's going to take up a lot of space. And then there's these guys right here, kind of the tiny ones. So if you add a widget here, let's say the text widget, it's going to take up just that much space. But if you want maybe a longer spot, more, you want the widget to take up more real estate, you have to use the bigger one. Again, that will probably change in the future, but that's how that works. So let's add on a text widget. So if I want to add on text or pictures, you name it, it's really easy. Drag and drop that text widget on, press that little edit button, and this looks pretty familiar. It looks like Microsoft Word document, email, you name it, has a lot of the same functionality. If you want to type in a bit of information about yourself, like maybe it's reviews from clients, or maybe it's information about you that's not included on the About Me section, or anything you want to add on, you can add on text here. Let's add on some lorem ipsum, just a bunch of dummy text. This will work. So you can type in the text there, and you press save. And just like that, all of the text is already on there automatically. What I would probably suggest, it has this spot for the title at the top, or the subject. I think normally the subject looks a little crummy, so I'd like to take that off. But again, press save. And let's say I want to bold a couple words in here. I want to make a really emphatic point. Let's highlight it, and let's click on this little bold button. This is all pretty straightforward, probably stuff you've seen before. I can underline it. I can change the color, you name it. So play around with it. Give yourself maybe, I always suggest when you're new, take 10, 20 minutes. Oh, you know what? I'll show you the video to add widgets. Take 10 or 20 minutes, see what all these widgets do. Just kind of play around. If you get stuck, don't worry about it. Just give us a call. We're open 9 till 5:30, Monday to Friday. So just we'll give us a call. We'll walk you through it. And if you want to add a picture, I'll show you how to add a picture. It's pretty easy. So to add a picture, you click on this little image button here, and you have to upload it first. So the picture has to be online somewhere for people to see it on the internet. So you have to click on upload, because you have to upload the image to your website first. And I will pick, I think I was helping someone update their logo today. So let's go with, I think this is it's Coldwell Banker logo. So I think I went through that too fast. So I'll do that again. My mistake. Let's try that again. So if you want to upload a photo, click on the little image button here. You have to upload it. So you click on upload, that little tab at the top, click on browse. You find the photo. Let's do Caldwell Banker again. And you click on send to server. It's going to upload. And here's where people kind of run into issues. So if let's say you have a really big photo, this one's pretty big. This is 1600 pixels by just over 1000 pixels. That's pretty big. It's going to take up a lot of space on the screen. I'll show you it actually. It's going to be way too big, but there's a really, really easy fix for it. That's basically what 1000 pixels looks like on your desktop. So if you want to change that, a really easy way to change it is you just double click on the image. It's going to bring up this little window right here. Nice little trick. Instead of putting in a straight pixel value like 1600 by 1000 pixels, just put in a percentage value. Let's take away height. And for width, let's say I want this to take up a third of the screen. So a third in percentage is 33%. So all you do is type in 33 percentage sign. You don't have to put in the height, just to put in 33%. You press OK. And what's cool about this is it doesn't matter how big your screen is. If you have a really big laptop screen, or if you have a little tiny phone screen, that's going to take up exactly 33% of that screen. It's that easy. So that's a nice little trick. It's a really easy way to keep your website looking nice, but that's how you do that. Let's go into how to add a video. I'm going to find a nice video I can share here. Teriyaki chicken. Let's add a video here about teriyaki chicken. So this is my YouTube video. Let's pretend it's something different than teriyaki chicken, but for our purposes, it'll work. So if you want to share a video, you click on this little share button. It doesn't have to be YouTube, by the way. Any video provider that has a little share option like this usually has an option here for embed. Oh, then pause. Okay, go to share, go to embed, and this is kind of a longer code here. It starts with iframe. Probably doesn't mean too much to you, but that's okay. You copy that whole code, and then you drag over the add video widget. Click the edit button, then paste the code in there, and you press save. And that's it, video is on there. So as long as the video host, I think Vimeo has this as well, as long as they have the option for the embed code, it'll work. So again, I'll show it to you really quick again. So you find the video you want, click on share, click on embed. And you copy that code, put it in the video widget, it'll just work. Which reminds me too, if you ever get stuck, if it takes you more than 5 or 10 minutes, don't stress out. Don't worry about it. Give us a call. We'll help you through it. Always happy to help you. But let's say it's at night or on the weekend and you're stuck. I'll show you. Go back to the dashboard. Go to help and go to video tutorials. This little page here, it's gold. It's amazing. Pretty much anything to do with your website. If you need help, it's right here. So as you can see, there's a lot of videos here. There's a lot you can do with your website. But what we covered today pretty much are videos. You might want to write these down. Number 3, how to manage your account details. That's like how to upload your agent photo, how to change your name, how to change your cell phone number. What's next? Where's theme? I think that's number 7. Oh, number 4. Number 3, how to change your details. Number 4, how to update your theme. That's how to change your color. And what you're going to do more often than not when you're adding content is with the widget manager. So 15. So if you know 3 and 4 and 15, you can't do everything, but you know enough to get off running and get started. So those are the 3 videos. I would suggest take a look at 3, 4, and 15 maybe tonight when you have a couple minutes. They're pretty short, sweet, concise, really easy videos to follow. And that'll give you a really good foundation to get started. We have about 5 minutes left. So does anyone have any questions? Otherwise, maybe I can show you how to make your own content page really quick. I'll show you a bit of a shortcut too. So if you want to make your own page, your own content page, it's really easy. So if you go to the menu here, there's lots of pages already built into your website. Let's go with content page. Did I make one already? Yeah, content page. This is like a content page. You could, with a content page, I've had people put information about the charities they work with, about specific neighborhoods, about mortgages, if you're a mortgage agent as well. You name it. If there's any additional information, you want your own page dedicated to it, it's really easy to make, and I'll show you a little bit of a shortcut too. So typically, not always, but typically what you want to do is you want to make a menu item. So you want to have a little menu item here so people know how to find the page, and you want to make the page itself. So I'll show you a bit of a trick. So you go back to the dashboard, wait for the Wi-Fi, go to content, go to menu manager. You don't have to do it this way, but this is like a really quick and easy way to do it. So we want to add a menu item. So you click on add item, top right hand corner, click that little green button. And let's say this page is about mortgages. For the title, that would be the title of the menu item. I need to learn how to spell. Mortgages. Okay, that will be the menu item. And you have a couple options here. So if you have a predefined page, that will be any page that's built into your website. You can link it to another page by URL. So let's say you want to have another, let's say you want to get people off your website for some reason, you could link it to another page somewhere else. Or what's really easy here, you click on create a new page. So when you're making a menu item, you'll also make a page at the same time. So it's really easy, really quick, foolproof. It's a good way to do it. So with body, you don't have to put in the whole content of the website right here. What I recommend, it wants something in there, so just put a couple spaces. But where people usually get caught up here is the path page name. So with this, again, this page is about mortgages. And let's pretend that when I want people to go to mypage.com/mortgages, it'll take people to that page. So if I type in mortgages, don't put anything else, just type in mortgages, and I press submit. Give it a second to load up. When people go to my menu here, go to mortgages, that will take people to that mortgages page that I just made. So again, I'll go, well, yeah, we have 2 minutes. I'll show you how to make that one more time because that was a little tricky. But again, if you get stuck, give us a call. We'll walk you through the first one. If you want to make a menu item and a page at the same time, go to content, go to menu manager, click on add items. Let's call this, let's say this page is about puppies. Let's go with puppies. And that'll be that's what the menu item is going to say. Path page name, again, it's going to be your website.com/ whatever you want that website address to be. So you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can't do spaces and you can't do slashes, but you can do almost anything else. So let's say this is going to be called cute puppies. Why not? You can do underscores, you can do slashes, you can do periods, dots. You can't do spaces. So what I like to do, just my own personal preference, is I like to put in underscore. So cute underscore puppies, put in a couple spaces for the body, press submit, and we're almost done. Thanks again for sticking around so long. And you can see under the menu item, you automatically have something for puppies. So does that make sense? That's kind of more, I want to say it's advanced, but it's more kind of intermediate. So did it confuse anyone with that? You're okay with that? Perfect. I'll wind up now then, I guess. If you want to add content to the page, there's 2 ways to do it. If you click on edit, you can type in whatever you want. Here, puppies are great. Same idea. You can add photos, you can add tables, you name it. Press submit. That'll work. Or if you want to add a widget, it's really easy. Just go back to the dashboard. Again, go to content, go to widget manager. And when you're in the widget manager, by the way, you can navigate just like normal. So if you go to the menu item or the menu bar here, go to puppies, that takes you to the puppies page we just created. And let's say we want to have a nice little video of puppies here. Same idea. Add the video widget, type in the video tag there, press save. You're good to go. That's it. So hopefully I didn't overwhelm anyone, but I gave you a good foundation to get started. Again, play around. If you have any questions about stuff like the MLS or the Google Map API, anything like that, give the support line a call. I'll probably be on within a few minutes, but probably my colleagues are already on there anyway. No problem. But yeah, if you have any questions, then give us a call. Even by 5:10, 5:15 should be enough time. But thank you again so much for coming. And I look forward to working with everyone soon. So thank you again for coming, and have a good day, everybody.